Hello everybody. In this session we are going to see about marketing framework. In one of our previous sessions we saw something about the definition of market and about needs, wants and demands. And we also saw that the marketing is a process of communication to the customers by the buyers. And now we are going to see the framework which constitutes the marketing strategies of any firm. The marketing framework basically has some components like the 4 P's, which is also called as the marketing mix of products, and 4 C's, which is called as marketing analysis parameters. Marketing analysis parameters, and then about profits, because ultimately the profit is the main goal of any company doing any sort of marketing, and that's why profits have been included in this framework. Now, to know more about this, let us see a diagram which depicts the whole framework of marketing. At the top layer you have the market analysis, the 4 C's. The 4 C's are the customers, the company, the competitors, and the collaborators. Collaborators called as 4 C's here. Now the next segment has a very important concept which we will be dealing elaborately in another session: segmentation, target market selection, and positioning. This we'll be seeing in an elaborate chapter because it's a very huge topic to be discussed. And then comes the third and most important thing, which is the 4 P's. The 4 P's are the product or service, and then the place and the promotion, and the 4th P is the pricing, which is dependent upon the other 3 P's. Which is dependent upon the other 3 P's. Promotion. And then comes customer acquisition, and customer retention, and both put together gives rise to profits. So this is the framework of the whole marketing strategy of any company. The first 4 C's are called as marketing analysis parameters. Here the 4 P's are called as marketing mix, and this is what the framework is all about. Now, having seen this framework, we have to see very important thing in this. The thing is, the section from here till here is used for creating a value for the company, and then from this marketing mix till acquiring a customer, you capture a value, and then finally you sustain that value to make that profit. Sustaining value. So this is something which every marketer should keep in mind to create, capture and sustain value. Now, having seen about this, let us now see about the 4 C's or the marketing analysis parameters. What are they? As we saw in the framework, it is the customers, the company, the competitors, and the collaborators. So these are the 4 C's which make up the marketing strategy of any small or medium or big enterprise. Now, let us see something about these customers. Who are those customers? Customers, as we saw earlier, it are the buyer of a product. The company is the seller of the product. The competitors are the other firms in the market, and the collaborators are third party personnel, like maybe a vendor or a supplier or a third party logistic provider, etc. So when we see these 4 C's in any marketing environment, the first and foremost which we are seeing here is customer. Why it is mentioned as the first and foremost among the 4 C's? Because the customer is the reason for the existence of any business. Without a customer, you cannot sell to anybody. And where is the money? So customer is the main reason for existence of any particular business. So any marketing activity should be having the customer as a main stakeholder. There is no marketing activity without the customer as a stakeholder. That is why most FMCG companies like P&G and Unilever does a lot of research on customers and their preferences to bring out their products in the most efficient manner. So, how to get this customer to get satisfied with your product? That is what every marketer works upon. Now, having seen about the customer, is it fruitful if there is a good customer alone? No, definitely not. A customer holds meaning only if there is a seller or company. So that's what we are going to see right now. The next stakeholder is the company in the 4 C's. The company is the seller of a product or service. Seller of a product or service. So, in short, a company is a person or group of persons aiming at making profits out of products or services. In other words, company does business in the market. Fine. Now, having seen about the company, how a company should be, when we saw about the customers, we were mentioning that the customer's satisfaction is the utmost priority for any business. But in addition to it, companies should have the best practices for sustainability in business. Now, the third important constituent of the marketing analysis parameter of the marketing framework is the competitor. Consider a business environment. This is the business environment in which there will be numerous companies like A, B, C, D, E. Okay, there is one customer here. These companies, suppose they are FMCG companies, the target will be the same person for everybody. For homogeneous products, the target will be the same person, but the customer needs only one product. Now what he does, he sees about the performances or the value of the product of these companies and buy from one single firm or company. So here the companies A, B, C, D, E will have a competition to satisfy the customer. So why this competition arises? Because again, for the reason of sustainability. This is called competition, and A is a competitor for B, for C, for D, and also for E. So competitor is also the most important constituent of the marketing framework as part of these 4 C's. And the final C which we are going to look into right now is the collaborators. Who are those collaborators? These collaborators are third party personnel like suppliers, vendors, logistics, etc. Why these collaborators make meaning to a marketing strategy? They are not part of the company, they are not a customer. Then what is the importance that is given to a collaborator in a company? Yes, they do make a difference, because any company, if the collaborators are not efficient enough, will not be able to deliver valuable goods on time. This is not possible. So the company itself becomes lagging in marketing strategies to its competitors, and it fails to get more profits. So the collaborators of the company has to be highly efficient in order for the company to sustain in the market. So it is the utmost duty of the company to choose the collaborators and to appoint suppliers or vendors in such a way that the company does not lose out on valuable customers on the long run. So having seen about the 4 C's, now let us go and look into the 4th piece, which is the marketing mix. Okay, we have the customer, we have the company, we have the competitors, and we have the collaborators. But what is very important in a business environment? It is product or service, because This is the thing which is going to bring profits to the company, the product or service. And then the place where it is going to be sold. Then the promotion techniques, and finally the pricing. Each and every P is really big enough to discuss. Discussion very big. So we are going to have these things in separate sessions anyway in our video tutorials, but I'll just give you a gist of what each and everything is right now. Product. The product is the tangible, that can be felt, or intangible, that is the service. Not felt, there is a service offered in the market. Offered in the market. Place is the location where products are sold. It can be both offline, that is in stores, and online through internet. Promotion is the activity to make the customers buy your product or service. Customers buy your product or service. And finally, the price is the value associated with the cost of the product. Cost of the product. So these are the 4 different marketing mix which the marketer should consider while designing any marketing activity and before even starting a selling process. Now, from the graph which we have seen right now, we have seen the 4 C's. We are going to see about segmentation, marketing, targeting, and positioning in later in our sessions. The 4 P's we have seen. Now, all these 3 things will end up in getting the customer or retaining the existing customer. Retaining the customer. How it happens? When a product is really good enough, then it gets new customers. You get new customers and sustain existing customers. When a product is bad, you lose out on existing customers and you don't get new customers. So customer retention and customer sustainability or customer acquisition is very important as far as marketing and strategies are concerned. Now, where all these lead to? The whole framework is targeted at getting profits, because profit is the ultimate goal for any company to operate in a market. Without profit, no meaning to business. So the framework should be designed in such a way that the profits get maximized. This is the ultimate goal for any company in the world. That's it for today's session. Hope you would have learned a lot about marketing framework. Now let us see about other sections in this framework in detailed videos that is to be followed so soon in this particular tutorial. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.